I woke up from the alarm clock, ate breakfast, listening to the sound of birds singing, got dressed into my plain black and white dress. Playing outside, I heard my mum call me to get ready, so while I brushed my hair, she walked down the hallway. The phone was ringing. As I put my shoes on, I heard crying from next door. Then she walked out ready to say something with tears running down her face. As she opened her mouth, I heard a knock on the door. She said, "Go pack your bags, you're leaving home." She ran and gave me a big hug. Opened and a man came in. He said, "We're going to the train station, go and pack your bags." So scared I ran off to my room and shut the door. "It's Mum, you have to be at the train station in 1 hour." "Okay then," I waited as I opened the door and I saw Mum with my bag. It was time to go. I hopped into Mum's car and we drove off. I fell asleep in the car and woke up at 11:47 and we had arrived. The train station was very filthy. Got there at the right time because there had been previous bombing. I glanced at another girl like me but in a white dress. The train arrived and it did not look very stable, but Mum gave me a big kiss and cuddle and said, "I'll miss you, but I'll visit you soon." As I stumbled onto the train, a Jewish girl was in front of me. We sat by each other, holding hands, waiting for a miracle to come our way. I sat there for about 2 minutes crying. Suddenly I cheered up a bit because the Jewish girl next to me asked me if I wanted to play a game. It took my mind off things for a bit. It made me feel a little bit better. When we got there, it was about 6:45. When I stumbled out of the train, I saw a family with a mum and dad and even a little girl who was about the age of 1. As soon as they saw me, the mum said, "Quick, we have to get home." When we arrived home, I straight away had tea, got into my PJs and demanded an explanation on what was going on now. As soon as I understood, after a few explanations, I burst into tears and ran to my room thinking how my parents are doing right now. I slammed the door and cried and cried. I was so upset, but after a while my new mum came in and gave me a hot chocolate and said, "If you want, you may ring your mum and dad for as long as you want." As soon as I heard what she said, a big smile came across my face. So I grabbed the phone and dialed in my mum's number and she answered and she said, "Hello, who's this?" I could hear a train in the background. "Mum, it's Alicia." "Oh my God, darling, I've got a surprise for you." "Oh, Mum, I love you so much. When will I see you?" Then the line died. After that, I cried some more. Life was just not fair for me at the moment. Half an hour later, I fell asleep. In Alicia's dream, she was in a better place and she was hoping that her next day would be better than yesterday. She was so much happier. The next day, Alicia was excited and felt more hopeful. At 12:46, her mother arrived at her front door. She was over the moon. She grew up like a normal child and she tried to ignore her past. She lived to the age of 98. She died knowing her life was complete.